Hey team, I've just built this chatbot that allows you to do instant competitor analysis from scraping other companies' live website data. This is really perfect for anybody that is currently in a business and they're trying to see what other companies or even startups are doing in the same space as them or their direct competitors, rather than manually having to go search through their website, read the information, understand that information. We want a really user-friendly way of interacting with that. This video will be a step-by-step guide on how to create this chatbot that you can set up yourself with no code or technical knowledge required. Very beginner friendly. This is an example of one I've done here, just about Ravensdown. They do fertilizer. I only did that because it's a flatmate working there. And you can see I've asked it for a SWOT analysis, and it goes through and outlines strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats for that company. And so you can ask it a whole range of questions. It will go look at that website information and return back in a really readable form and usually quite summarized, rather than, again, you having to do all that manual data processing and understanding. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over to Zapier. I talked about this in a previous video. There is a free trial that you can do 14 days, 2 weeks for all the pro benefits. But then once you've off that free trial, you can still have 2 chatbots firing away. So all you need to do is create an account in here, and you should see a similar page to what I see here. And we'll go over to create and go for a chatbot. We can name this chatbot kind of whatever you'd like. We're going to make this one comp analysis bot, easy, and we'll build it like that. So yep, it says back there that we can only have 2 bots active. That's all sweet. Alright, so now we come to this screen here. On the left hand side you'll see over here we've got a range of different settings and parameters that we can play around with, and on the right is our kind of testing window where we can talk to it. So the first thing we need to do is put some chatbot instructions in here. So this is how it acts and responds and kind of behaves in the way. The way to think about this is kind of all of this text gets put before your message that you send it. So in the past, people have done use for ChatGPT, act as a personal trainer, act as a guide. It's almost like putting that in front of the text every time, so you don't have to manually put that information in. So a really good way of actually getting a good set of instructions is actually using AI to generate that. So we can manually go through here and type that out exactly what we want, but AI is actually pretty good at prompting itself. So we're going to come over to Gemini. You can use ChatGPT, you can use whatever you like over here, and we'll go down here and we'll just ask it to make a system prompt for, what are we doing? We're doing a competitor analysis chatbot that has the company's website data, something like that. And so that will go away, and we can see here outlining the capabilities, input format, output, and some examples, and then for the pricing. Since we don't have any pricing on that, we're going to ignore that, and we'll just copy it over here. Again, when you actually want to build something very specific for your business or brand, you just want to make sure that this is aligned, these instructions, but this is just a really quick get up and running example. So we'll take that, we've copied it over, and we'll paste it into here. And we can see that it's all in here now, which is sweet. Greeting wise, we don't want to change that. We can change that to whatever you want. That's just this message here. I'm not going to bother for this video. And we'll hit save. So now it knows kind of how to behave. We need to actually attach the knowledge to it and where to look. So if we go to the knowledge window here, we can see this new feature called crawl web page, and that allows it to actually connect to public URLs and pull data from there. So we'll click on that, and now we need a URL. As the example one was, we'll do Ravensdown again, and we'll come here and just copy over the link. Once we do that, we need to make sure that we tick the crawl this link for all sub pages. If there's only one page, you don't need to worry about this, but that just means that it will look in the products or services or expertise. When you click on these buttons and go to fertilizer or something like that, it will actually get this information as well, not just this homepage information. So we'll tick this, and it will go away and check what other directories are available for that domain, and we can see here there's a whole range. Because we're only on the free trial, we can only select up to 10 pages. You can select up to 20 if you pay the full version, but 10 is more than sufficient for this kind of information. It's quite important to go through and select kind of the parts that are really important for what you want to compare. Like if you're really interested in their privacy policy, you might select this one, or the different kind of ones here. But for this one, all I'm going to do is just select the first 10 pages that it's found, and it goes through and grabs stuff like the fertilizer, site map, all of that kind of information that I pulled back first, and I'll add that to the source. And so then that will load in now. The really cool thing about this is that if they change information on their website and I ask it again, it will be live, because every time it goes back and checks the information on the website. So once it's set up, I don't need to touch it again unless the actual directory changes, which is pretty sweet. Checking here, we see a whole bunch of green ticks, which is awesome. That one doesn't, but we'll see how that goes. And go back to knowledge, still processing. Give it a quick refresh and see if they all pop up. Awesome, 9 out of 10. I think that last one might be having a bit of an issue, but that's all sweet. So now we can go and actually just test this chatbot here. Give me a summary of the company. And so that will go away, it will have a look at the website, and then it'll come back with a summary specific to that company. We can see we already know they're about fertilizer, and it comes about fertilizer, seeds, nutrient management, all that kind of information. So again, if we want to actually probe that for some more information, that's just not a basic summary, just go and ask it, provide me a SWOT analysis, and it should go back and do that for me. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, which is a pretty important thing to look at. And you can see some weaknesses about market dependency, really close to the agricultural sector, and geographical reach, etc. like that. And so that's a really quick and easy way to get familiar with other websites and competitors' websites. Now, it's really good having it all in Zapier. If we want to put that onto our own website or actually have it separate, we can look up here to the public link, and if we click on that, there'll be a .zapier app chatbot link, and I can actually share that to anybody in my organization or anybody that is interested, and they can just come on here and ask the exact same questions that you are wanting. If you want that in your own custom website, you can have this little embedded link here, and all you need to do is copy this text over and embed it into your website. You can give that to your web developer, or if you've got one on team, they'll be able to know kind of what to do with that. So yeah, that's a really quick video. You can recreate this for multiple different competitors. It's quite good if they don't, or they have one page with all their information on, so then you could put 10 different competitors on there, but when the information is split between different pages, it gets a little bit more tricky. Have a play around, let me know what you think, and subscribe and like for some more content around this. Cheers.